This sounds scarier on the surface than it is, but search engines have been indexing people's ChatGPT conversations. This was sent in by Dalek S3C in our Discord. Thank you, Dalek. By the way, join our Discord. Link in the description. This is from cybersecuritynews.com. Search engines indexing ChatGPT conversations. Here is our OSINT research. Now, ChatGPT conversations you can share. There's a button to share them. Mm-hmm. And then you've probably also noticed there's a button to make them discoverable as well up in the top corner, a little checkbox. Or there used to be. I don't think that's there anymore. A lot of people didn't seem to understand the implications of that because just through some very simple Google dorking, by searching for site:/chatgpt.com/share and then adding whatever keywords you want, you could browse anyone's ChatGPT conversation that they had chosen to share and make discoverable. I've got a little image up on the screen showing where they have searched site:/chatgpt.com/share marketing. And so then there's just a bunch of results of different people's conversations about marketing plan effectiveness, marketing strategies, whatever conversations you have shared that would have that keyword in them. So that has turned up just an absolute treasure trove, as they put it, of supposedly personal and private information, ranging from mundane queries about home renovations to deeply personal discussions about mental health, addiction struggles, and traumatic experiences. They say here, what makes this discovery particularly alarming is that users who click ChatGPT's share button likely expected their conversations to remain within a limited circle of friends, colleagues, or family members. Instead, these exchanges became searchable, indexed by the world's most powerful search engines. Predictable, right? Like, of course this happened. There was a button, and it said, make this discoverable. So it's kind of hard. I don't feel like there's anywhere to point a finger at this, really, other than poorly
they
explained.
tried to be explicit in the way that they mentioned it. I think, though, the problem is that we assume that the general public understands the ripple effect of these things way more than most people in society do. And so people understand share and they're like, okay, I'm going to share this chat with Mason. I don't know, like when it says make discoverable, I don't remember if that was automatically on or off. I don't know why somebody would naturally turn it on.
Yeah, I don't either. Because it says under it in small letters, and it always did, allow it to be shown in web searches. I'll see if I can blow this image up.
Okay.
Just a little, wow, it's just going to be grainy, but the little checkbox says, make this chat discoverable, allows it to be shown in web searches. So, like, it does say
I'm somebody
right
that
there.
would never check that.
Same.
But
why would you do that?
Maybe somebody doesn't read the small print and they're like, share it. And I also want to make sure that Mason can get to it,
discover it.
Maybe that's the way that they're thinking about it. It's like it's almost like a dual key type of thing. I'm going to share it, and I'm also going to make sure that he can access it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I think it's important to remember the bubbles we exist in too. Most people you pick off the street don't know that the internet is files and folders on other people's computers and server farms. Like people think the cloud is just like an invisible magic cloud. So there's a certain amount of like just basic computer literacy that I don't think you can expect from the general public. And I call it basic computer literacy. I guess it would be intermediate computer literacy. It's tough when you've been more involved with computers your whole life to sort of understand.
Yeah. Or maybe after you've done it once, maybe it's defaulted on the rest of your conversations that you share.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And
again, I'm somebody that's never clicked that.
Yeah, same. And now you can't. It's gone. I believe you can still share chats, but I think they took away the discovery.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see lots of needs to share chats. The question is, as soon as you share that, because it's not locked down in some kind of role-based access control or account-based access, once you share that, you are making it something that anybody with the right URL can just access.
Yeah, and they followed such a predictable URL structure that it was so easy to dork it because it was chatgpt.com/share/identifier. And I mean, that also makes sense. Like, do we expect them to make the path even more random? The thing says, make it discoverable. So the important thing, I guess, isn't to point fingers, really. And it's not really that important to point fingers. It's more important to talk about what the impact was. And I mean, the impact is thousands and thousands and thousands of different conversations shared containing who knows what kinds of information, from things that are like personally important to the individual users to company information. I saw a statistic somewhere that like, I wish I could remember the number. I won't say the number. People are sharing like company information when they use these things at work. People aren't thinking very carefully about the kinds of things they share.
They're thinking, I need to share this with my team member.
Or even just entering it in a prompt into ChatGPT, like, hey, I'm working on this. I need your help with this, without realizing the information they're sharing. They might even realize it's sensitive, but not think through the fact that it's going to this external server in the same way. Because, like, I think partly that might just be our conditioning around chat interfaces, too. Like, you just don't think of it the same way as making a post, you know?
Yeah, and people don't necessarily think about levels of privacy or levels of service as well, because like with the free version, there's almost an implicit understanding that everything you do is going to be used for training. Yeah. With paid versions, there's usually the ability to either explicitly already baked in is we will not monitor or train on the things that you're putting in. So that makes it pretty good for enterprise use, or there's the option to turn that on within most of the tools. And you definitely, if you're using one of these for your company or to do anything that's got private information, you want to be using a paid tier, and you want to be making sure that you've clicked all the appropriate boxes that says, I don't want you to monitor this. I don't want you to use this for training. I don't want you to bake it into anything. Otherwise, you're just leaving yourself or your company open.
Completely. And like that's the difference between something that can be like a public facing thing versus something that is an enterprise or business solution, right? Is that kind of control and features. The good thing is that by August 2025, Google has pretty much stopped returning requests for ChatGPT share conversations. If you try and do that dorking technique now, you get your search did not match any documents. You know, the Google could not find this. Bing shows minimal results, displaying only limited amounts of indexed ChatGPT conversations. DuckDuckGo still surfaces comprehensive results at the time of this article's writing. I haven't checked myself. So DuckDuckGo is now the place to get to this. So it is still available. And okay, here's the bit about the impact. So this has some more of the information to share.
Right. There's one more place that people can get it too.
Where's that?
Archive.org.
Oh yeah. All of that would be in there too, wouldn't it? If it's discoverable by
there's
crawlers.
A 404 Media article on that as well. So people thought that they'd pulled it from all the sites that you'd mentioned, and then they're like, oh wait, you can just go to the Internet Archive and find it now too.
Oof. I mean, I do not begrudge the Internet Archive doing that and having their robust crawlers. I think the Internet Archive is one of the most important digital resources we have.
It is.
But
it is.
Oops. Whoopsie.
We just don't think about the fact that anytime you do anything on the internet, it is like instantly shared everywhere, and we have to assume it's permanently out there.
It's pretty hard to take back.
You know, the best faith efforts at scrubbing something from the internet are very likely going to come up short.
Yeah. And so looking at the impact section, that they say the conversations revealed authentic, unfiltered insights into human behavior, business strategies, sensitive information that traditional OSINT methods might never uncover. People are a lot more candid with these bots. Right. Cybersecurity experts noted that the exposed conversations included source code, proprietary business info, PII, personally identifiable information, even passwords embedded in code snippets. Research from Cyberhaven Labs, here's that statistic. It's not as big as I had feared. Research from Cyberhaven Labs found that 5.6% of knowledge workers had used ChatGPT in the workplace, with 4.9% providing company data to the platform. OpenAI characterized this sort of feature as a short-lived experiment to help people discover useful conversations, but they acknowledged it introduced too many opportunities for folks to accidentally share things they didn't intend to. They committed to working with search engines to remove already indexed content from search results. Seems like that has worked for Google. Interestingly about that, it made me think about the fact that we really trust search engines kind of implicitly to surface things when we ask them to. And in reality, those can also be steered and controlled and changed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's an entire industry, right? It's the search engine optimization, and there's the whole...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
You're right. I just wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about the taking down results. Like they obviously worked with Google, and Google complied to remove things from search. That's because SEO is kind of gaming the robots. This is sort of a person pulling some levers, like manipulating some things. The whole thing about us trusting computers and computer systems in general is interesting. I was watching a video recently about early computers and how floating point math could result in inaccuracies. Different computers would give you different mathematical results. And like in the early computing days, I'm sure that was frustrating, right? Like if you tried to do something involving pi, so if you're doing anything with geometry, based on rounding errors, you'll get different answers from different computer systems. So I'm sure that at that time, even people were like, you can't trust computers for anything. And then we've like built on that layer to now where people, you trust your calculators, you trust computers to be able to do things like that. Now we trust search engines to be authoritative, unfiltered, if gamed sources of information and things you can search for. But in reality, those can be manipulated. And then a more direct parallel to the early computing thing is like AI systems and hallucinations these days. Like people are saying, oh, you can't trust these, you can never trust these. And I don't know, those parallels there are just something I find interesting.
And I think there are a lot of people that are starting to like implicitly give too much trust to the AI results, and they're not fact checking, they're not source checking, they're not doing any of that. And I think that the thing that I fear with the search engine bit is that the whole generative search results thing still aren't great, and they're causing more and more problems. So we'll have to see where that goes and how that ends up getting addressed. But right now, it's kind of scary.
It's interesting to watch the like landscape of the internet change in such a big way when it is like watching it grow to where it was. And then it felt like we were kind of at this weird stable place where like, this is the internet now. And things really just keep on changing. Our next segment, we've got an AI dumpster fire of the week. This is one that I wish I could have taken advantage of. It's
exactly. Yeah, we're going to revisit some Anthropic stuff and see how Claude was misused to potentially make some people rich.
Infinite money glitch. Let's go.